This is the 12 side. We got the big long 18 side here. Folding both together, find your middle. And I just do a crease. From the very center, and here is the very middle of my page. My finger's on the middle, and I'm gonna slide up so you can see the bottom corner. I'm gonna jump over probably about 2 inches. So if you look, that's about 3 fingers wide. I'm gonna jump over and put a 1 right on my fold line. From here, I'm going to curve right down to the bottom of my page. And I'm gonna go right to my corner. That's gonna form the neck. From this line, I'm gonna jump up diagonal. Now here's my center. So I'm just gonna go above my center. And I'm gonna do a circle right in this area. I'm gonna first start out coming around my finger. Then I'm gonna go around this again. So it looks like a donut. This is gonna form the center of the eye. From here, I'm gonna go diagonally down, and I'm gonna do it as long as this, as long as the length of this circle. So I'm gonna come across, and I wanna bring it down a little bit longer. Then this is gonna come around. And then this one I want slightly horizontal. So I'm just gonna come over horizontal, and then I'm gonna curve this down, diagonally down. So the eye is at on a diagonal here. It's not straight across. This will eventually get colored in, and then I'm gonna give some eye color right here. So a curve and a curve. We're gonna follow this curve, and I'm gonna do this coming over straight and curving. This forms the white of the center of the eye. So I'm gonna color in this spot, and then all of this is gonna end up getting colored in because this is the black of the eye, the pupil. So watch first so that you can see. If you're in my class, you're gonna paint this in with black paint. You're not gonna use the Sharpie. This is just I'm just showing you for demonstration purposes, but this is the pupil of the eye, and then this is the actual iris. But you're not gonna do this now because the video is gonna continue, but just so that you can visualize and see, that's the eye. See how we have it here? Actually, that was the one I made a mistake on because I did the eyelashes funny. Here we go. So this is the black of the eye, and then the iris is the green color. And then this will be the color where you color in. And you don't do it now, just so that you know for later. This is the eye color right here. Pupil, iris, and then we leave the white of the eyes. Now we do want some fur line coming around here. So I'm just gonna come over, and then I'm gonna give a curve to a curve. This is a lighter color fur that lines the eye, just like that. Now, if you do want to make this a doe, a girl deer, you can add your eyelashes here if you'd like. That's up to you. I'll just add a little bit of eyelash right in here. Or if you're going to make it Rudolph, then you're not going to just leave off the eyelash, just like that one. Okay, so our next step, we got to get the face in. We want our nose to come, so from the eye, come directly over to the edge of the page, and go ahead and touch the edge and do a nice large, as wide as 2 fingers, circle. So I'm touching the edge because we want to use every drop of this page. 2 circles. Now I'm going to do a beautiful curve coming around. So I'm going to jump up probably about 2 fingers. I'm going to do a line, and then I'm going to come around. I'm following this beautiful curve here, and then I'm going to do a slight dip. So I'm dipping down and then curving up to the nose. Just a nice little dip and curve. And for this side, I'm going to come out. This is diagonal up, and slightly curve up for a mouth. And then I'm giving the bottom here, come over right to here. The bottom line. So So we have a little mouth smile, and this is the diagonal line around. Now from here, I'm going to come diagonally down and around. And then I'm going to do a nice neck. Now you want it to come down, probably line up to the edge of the eyeball here. Down and curve to the edge of the page. Let's see that, there. Down and curve to the edge. Now we're going to fill in the ears. So for the ears, we're going to do, in the center here, we're going to come diagonally out, and it's up with and back to a curve, and then come back, and then down diagonal, and then back to the head. So it almost looks like a leaf shape. Curve out, and it's touching actually the edge of my paper. Come back down. So this is equal distance here. So it tapers. It's almost like leaf shape. This ends at a point. Now I'm going to jump up just probably a finger, and I'm going to come up and curve almost like a backward C. Same thing on this side. I'm going to come on this top of the head, curve out and around. This almost forms, if you look at it, a circle. Then I'm going to come, if you have a finger here, just draw around your fingertip. And the same thing on this side. Just match it. Now whatever we make on this side, we want to make on this side. So if these are the antlers, the parts of the antlers that stick out. So if I come up diagonal, curve up diagonal, and I'm going in and I curve in. So this comes to the right, this will curve into the left. So it's the same but opposite direction. I come down and around, bring it back, and I want to leave it as thick as, leave a finger space on each side. Then I'm coming down, diagonally down, have a little bit of an antler sticking out here, a little one, and then bring it back to the head. So take your time and make it match so it's the same on both sides. From here, we're going to match the ears. This one can be slightly smaller because this one's a little bit farther back. It's on the other side of its head. So I'm going to do the smaller curve first, curving up, curving back, and then just curve around and back down. You don't want to overlap. I overlapped a little bit on this part. I don't want that to happen. You can have it go behind if you need to. And that's basically how you do the head of Rudolph. Or Clarice if you're making it a doe. But we do need a little bit of the tummy area. So right in here's the white. I make a little curve. Then I go free-form line diagonally, free-form line to the bottom. So it almost forms a triangular shape. I'm going to do the light balls. These are little lights. These are as big as a dime or the tip of your finger, but you want to leave a big space in between. You don't need a lot of them. Look what I did on this one. I only did a few on this side, big space apart, one down here, and then I did a few at the top. So you're going to put them where you'd like. And this is going to end up being the glow of the Christmas lights. So the area that we do that's, see, inside right here is going to stay white, and then we'll do the colored light glow around it. So as big as your fingertip, maybe one up here. Now, don't put them in a straight row. You don't want them all lined up perfect. You want them separated in different spaces. So maybe one over here and one here. See how they're not lined up straight? This is off to the left. And maybe one in this corner, okay? And then I'll show you how we paint this in. I want to show you how I painted this up. I kept the color that was around the eye lighter than the actual skin of the deer. And then of course I left the tummy area a lighter value as well. When I did the background, I did these little light orbs or light crystals or light balls. I left the centers white, And then you can see here where I haven't painted the background yet. I just went around with a bright color on each of the white lights, just to give a glow of color, illuminate it. You see how it illuminates. And then after that, after I painted it, say with the yellow, I went back with just some water and washed it to the edge so it was a lighter value. Now I'm going to go ahead and just add my sky to it. And I'm coming with the blue sky color, just a watered down wash. And then I'm just going to use some water and blend out the edges here where it meets the orb of color or orb of light. And then I'll do some darker blue here, so it goes gradual from light to dark. And I'll finish that up and show you what it looks like. We're going to glitter the orbs, and I'm showing you what they look like first with some iridescent clear glitter. And this is optional if you'd like, but I'm going to show you how I do that. I just take my glue bottle and I trace around this line, and then I do a little bit in the glow. And what you want to do is, I always do the whole page first, the whole thing. So anything that's this color, I do first. And then I send the whole paper through a plastic shoebox, just like this. So I would have those two done as well. And then I take the shoebox, and this is just iridescent clear, or actually it's just plain clear glitter that I'm using today. But it gives a nice glow to the light. And then I just take and glitter the whole page at one shot, just like that, one time. And there you have this gorgeous glow. Now, if you want to do a multiple color, sometimes this gets in the other color. So I do the clear first. And then if we want a little bit of red on here, we can just do an enhanced red. I would never glitter the whole nose. Just a little bit like that, just to give a little red glow. And then I run it through. And I'm not going to run the whole page. I'm just going to individually do the nose like that. And there you have the glitter. And there's the final look right here with the glitter. So hope you enjoy the lesson, and now stay tuned and you'll see what my students have done. And of course these pictures aren't finished yet. This was after just 1 week, but enjoy. This is the result after one 50-minute class period. After the direct draw lesson, the students had about 20 minutes to start the painting process. So they did a great job within the 20 minutes. And this was, I believe, some 8- and 9-year-old students. There may have been some 7-year-olds in there as well. It was a mixed class with special needs. They did a really great job with the temper. I like some of this brush strokes here. And I'll just show you really quickly down the line what they did. And of course we're going to finish it, and then we'll sparkle it up with some glitter, and it will be done. And they had a choice of what colors, of course, to do. Hopefully in the brown families, but you know, it was up to them if they wanted to do it in the blue family. And I'm real anxious to see what they look like. These are examples from another class, and this was grade 3, so the students were between 7 and 8 years old. Majority probably were 8. And this was one day of them working, and we will finish up by adding a background and some glitter. This is another version that I have a video on with the reindeer pointing upward. Hope you enjoy the video, and if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the content, be sure to hit the like button.